Coming to you live from their studio in South Florida, Twist Gaming. Featuring lead broadcaster, Matt Koza. Co-host and creative genius, Josh Perry. Co-host and interviewer extraordinaire, Ann Losito. Co-host and marketing mogul, Aaron Murphy. With appearances from special guest, Lucy. Welcome to Twist Gaming, where you get to play board games with us.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. This is Twist Gaming, where you get to play board games with us. We're coming to you live here from our studio in sunny South Florida, bringing you another episode of Twitch Plays Middara. Where we do an ongoing campaign of Middara, the unintentional Malum Act 1 by
Succubus.
with you fine folks playing along at home as one of the characters. They're playing as Damocles today. Damn, Oakleys! But before we go any further, who are we? I'm Matt.
I'm Ann.
I'm Josh.
And we are Twist Gaming. And you had a confused look on your face, so what's on your mind?
Can you put up the link for the Middara stuff? Also, can you send it to me? Because I need my Remi build.
I sure can. I have no idea if it's updated or not, but there's the link. I guess we'll all find out together. So, Anne, how are you today?
Yeah. I'm doing all right. Let's see. Oh, look, it went to the right place. Look at
And
me.
what happened
Oh,
last
joy.
episode
I
of
don't
Twitch
know
Plays
what's going
Middara?
You said Josh, or did you say
No,
Ann?
I
No,
said
she said
Anne.
Anne.
I said Anne.
Oh, so last time on Middara, we encountered a couple of nymphs. One of them tried to kill us with a giant death worm. The other one tried to help us. The one with the giant death worm, we learned that she used to be a woodland nymph, but then they sell their souls to these creatures to form this terrible symbiotic relationship. So then she pretty much lost her soul and they become one unit thing, and it's super creepy. And then in order to feed the death worm, she pretty much sacrificed her whole entire village, which is where the other good woodland nymph is from. So Nightingale and the good woodland nymph go on an adventure to try and save the friends and to try and save whatever villagers are left. And they go pretty much into this creature's lair, and then they come across this thing called a guardian, which is some creepy clockwork monster. And then our other side of the party, where we've got Justice and Zeke and Damocles, are hunting around down in the bottom, and they find a huge library, which is super cool because now Suri all of a sudden wants to be helpful. Don't know where that came from, but that's what's going on. And so they find this big thing, and then they're like, okay, let's put out a light. And then they find themselves in a creepy library with a bunch of clockwork monsters. And then we did our first dual battle. So we had a dual encounter, one encounter over here and one encounter over there.
I want to do an experiment right now. Josh, what happened on the last episode of Twitch Plays Middara?
Ann just said it. You want me to repeat?
No, I want you to give your recounting of the action.
Oh, we fought two gatekeepers. I died. And then I almost died again?
I think it's
Oh,
very...
you played two characters.
Oh, no, I did die. I did die twice.
This is very interesting to see how the two descriptions differ.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
No, it was a duet battle. We sang.
No.
We had
No,
rap-offs.
It's
dual
dual
battle,
and
not
duel.
a dual battle, Joshua.
Oh,
There's no T there.
I thought it said
Dual,
duet.
as in 1-2, as opposed to duel, as in on
It's
guard.
time to duel. Yeah, that. So tonight we get to start with some story time because obviously some stuff happens after all of the wonderful things that Josh explained.
Yeah, Josh did a great job. Kudos.
Stuff
Kudos, bud.
happened, and I died twice. And you see Mr. Reachington now?
You two are ridiculous, and you shouldn't be allowed to have things.
All right. So Josh, what are we reading?
Winding down.
Sunday morning, winding down. I like Anne's more.
Oh,
Zeke wiped away some of the sweat from his brow. If nothing else, the battle had helped beat away the sleepiness he was feeling. They'd managed to destroy a gatekeeper, and without the rest of the team to help. But his temporary relief was replaced by resentment. He looked over to Justice. She was going over what was left, which didn't seem so much like a corpse. It looked as though dozens of grandfather clocks had exploded. "Hey!" Zeke called, wiping oily blood from his weapon with his back of one sleeve. "That fight shouldn't have happened. It's great we won and all, but we should have gone for backup," Damocles added, his own weapon still drawn. "We would not have known this was an enemy we could defeat. We promised we wouldn't do anything too dangerous by ourselves." Justice frowned up at both of them, not making eye contact.
She was waiting very patiently for the image to load after she had already had the image up and said, "Yeah, my bad. I didn't mean to get so carried away."
Damocles pointed back to the way they'd come. "We should go back to the others."
What? No way.
Justice strode right past them toward an open doorway.
We made it to the archive. We already killed the Guardian. All we have to do now is take what we came for.
She practically skipped through the open door, and the top of her head vanished down another set of stairs. Zeke and Damocles shared an exasperated look, then hurried after her. Continue to a curious room on page 260. Justice had been on her best behavior since she led them into the ambush. Zeke had to wonder if she was trying to be good, or if she was just finally running out of steam. "Something wrong?" Zeke asked, extinguishing his cigarette against a stone nearby.
It's not loading.
I mean,
I'm just doing my part.
She hesitated for a few seconds.
The effing folder won't load.
She hesitated for a few seconds.
"I'm wondering if the Anointed are really down here. It feels like we've been going all night, and all we found was Jacoby's corpse. Maybe he was the only one who came this far."
Zeke put one arm around her shoulder. "We'll find them, Justice. We've wandered through so many of these damn ruins. Pretty soon there won't be anywhere left for them to hide."
"Yeah."
She nodded vigorously, though she still wasn't meeting his eyes.
"I hope so. If something happens because I wasn't here to help..."
"Guys!" Damocles interrupted, his voice coming from several feet away. "I think I found something." "What?" Zeke hurried over. Damocles was standing in front of a large set of double doors. Bright light glowed out from beneath them. "I've peeked through them. It doesn't seem like anything's moving." "Great. Let's check it out." Zeke braced against the door and pushed it open slowly. The space beyond was thick with dust and brightly lit with arcane lights from the ceiling. The space was round with half a dozen low marble pedestals along the wall. Each one had a single object on it, along with a plaque in the now familiar Arcalan writing. Zeke looked at each of the objects in turn. There was some kind of little fountain. It had silvery fluid like mercury constantly splashing up inside. A woven cornucopia-shaped basket as long as his arm and full of wooden sticks sat on a pedestal. A pair of spectacles with several different lenses of various colors sat on another. Each object seemed a bit strange, but none of them seemed very much like treasure. Zeke went for the glasses, but Justice slapped his hand away.
"Zeke, don't touch!"
She demanded.
Last time you grabbed something, we went on the worst water slide ever, Matthew. Now it's my turn to tell you to be careful. These could be terribly dangerous. Let's take this slow and not touch anything until we know what it does."
I think I'm going to need Josh's help here. Josh, can you read Zeke's line?
All right.
Zeke grumbled, taking another defiant poke at the glasses. Justice went straight for the one at the very center of the room. It held a book, almost as thick as the tome she carried, but with intricate filigrees of metal around the edges. Justice read the plaque, then lifted the book off its pedestal and into her arms. Zeke tensed, preparing for some terrible trap. Maybe the floor would start to rumble, or rocks would fall, or acid would flood the room. When nothing happened, he made his way up behind her, glancing over her shoulder. The book was written entirely in Nixie script. "I take it you can read that?" he asked. Justice nodded.
"Thanks to my Theodotion book, it can help me translate at least,"
she said absently. She wasn't looking at him. She seemed absorbed in the book.
"Oh, wow."
"What?" Zeke leaned in close. There was a little illustration on the page, a detailed sketch of the Pontifex. At least, that's what he thought it was. Justice remained silent as she went over the same portion of text several times. By the time she'd finished, she seemed to practically be bouncing up and down.
This is it! This is the reason the Grim Deacons want the Pontifex so badly. The way to save Nightingale, it's all in here.
Zeke leaned in closer as if he would be able to read it just by looking harder. Finding Zephyr and the rest of the Anointed had always been a dim, abstract hope. But if Justice was right, with this book, they wouldn't have to find him to save Nightingale.
I'll have to take some time to really read it all, but I think this is what we need.
Justice held it up.
This is the whole reason me and the Anointed came to Kahina in the first place.
Justice barely finished her thought when a loud boom left their ears ringing. They whipped around and saw that Damocles holding the cornucopia basket and looking shocked. One of the sticks had fallen to the floor, exploding as it touched the ground. Splinters of the sticks writhed like a living thing, swelling rapidly as the massive trunk and sturdy limbs formed. It looked like it was growing into a huge dead tree with several partially rotted corpses melted into the trunk.
Oh, that's gross. Now who's careless?
Justice swore loudly under her breath, backing away. Zeke was caught off guard as something slammed him in the chest. An irresistible weight flung him through the air. He saw Justice go flying too, the book tumbling from her fingers as the two of them were slammed against a wall. Zeke groaned, wincing as he pressed on his chest. It felt like he had broken a rib. Damocles appeared above Zeke, taking him by the arm and dragging him along the stone floor towards the door. Justice was sprawled out close beside them, her voice faint as she tried to collect herself. "What the hell was that?" Damocles panted, backing away from the monstrosity. "I don't know, but I'd rather not have to find out." Zeke kneeled down beside Justice, helping her to a sitting position. "Are you okay?"
Well, yeah.
Justice blinked, disoriented from the blow. She looked like she wasn't seriously harmed, and Zeke found himself more relieved than he thought he would be. "Come on," Zeke pulled at her, trying to drag her to her feet. "We need to go."
No, the book. We can't leave it.
Justice tugged her way free, jerking to her feet and charging straight towards the monster. "Justice, stop!" Zeke got up too, drawing his weapon in a shaky hand. Justice tried to turn around the creature and lunge for the fallen book, but it was no good. The snaking root shot towards her, slamming into her petite frame. She hit the ground hard. "Justice!" Zeke screamed towards her, but she wasn't moving. "Damn it!" Zeke threw Damocles a glance and charged towards the creature, weapon raised. Damocles watched as Zeke ran wide, dodging a terrifying wooden limb. He was embarrassed that he was the one that had caused this. In his hands he held more of the dead branches. Maybe they could be used to help distract the monster long enough to get to Justice. Or maybe they'd just make things worse. Does the party have the Story Flag Experience Guide?
Yep.
Continue to a distant sound on page 262. Patrick leaned against a wall, idly brushing at the dirt of with his foot. His ears were alert for any sound, but so far he had heard only his friend's gentle breathing as they slept. Patrick looked down where Remi had fallen asleep. Gage rested just under one arm, but the small creature looked alert. Rook had fallen asleep sitting up, his weapon still within reach. It was probably past time for Patrick to wake him up and get some sleep himself, but he held back. King Balthazar had chosen an excellent night to protect his daughter, but Rook wasn't just dedicated to his new position. He clearly cared about his friends. Patrick had only hoped Nightingale was safe on the surface. They'd made so much of a commotion down here in the depths that hopefully they'd drawn whatever remained to hunt them. It was something to hope for, at least. Shayless would expect him to keep Nightingale safe, and Patrick intended to make good on that. It was the least he could do.
I'm doing this?
Grrr, Gage growled. It sounded louder than Patrick would have expected to come from such a small animal. The cat's fur stood tall, and Patrick followed its gaze. Something moved in the passage behind them, muffled footsteps from somewhere in the darkness. Patrick felt his whole body tensed. He leaned down, shaking Rook by the shoulder. Ugh. "Wake up!" Patrick whispered harshly. Rook was immediately on his feet, weapon in hand. Patrick pointed to the open doorway. "Something's coming!" Rook peered ahead.
We have to make sure nothing gets to Remi.
Nearby, Remi slept soundly, and Patrick intended on keeping it that way. Continue to Dangers in the Dark. Page 264. Dangers in the Dark. In the back corner of the chamber, the grotesque effigy thrashes wildly, threatening to crush Justice as its roots snake through large cracks in the ground. It might be best to simply try and avoid the grotesque effigy and just save Justice. Meanwhile, Rook steels himself against the coming threat. He must protect Remi, and he doesn't intend to fail in his duties. Meh.
You said duties.
Duties.
Was dumb.
All right, so we are looking at a small section of the table material.
It's so good.
Boop, 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 boop. Bow, bow. Okay, so we've got another duel battle going on here.
The duel.
Yes. So on the bottom screen, you will see Rook and Remi. You said Patrick was here?
Yeah, on the next page, there's like a little section for it, I think, in the setup.
Setup 1, setup 2, specialty rules, outbound party. If so, read the special encounter rule, a friend in need. Friend in need, only read if instructed to do
It's
so.
a friend indeed.
And it is Rook has Patrick to help him defend Remi until the others return. Patrick starts the encounter on any space adjacent to Rook.
Okay.
So, the top setup here is going to have Zeke, Justice, and Damn Oakley's spread out amongst them. The win condition for this is we must defeat the grotesque effigy. There is an alternate win condition of an adventure carrying Justice ends their turn on or adjacent to the blue exit. So we can either... That was weird. I don't have my phone.
You're probably hitting the remote.
Oh, yeah, it's probably
right in front
leaning
of you.
on it. That's funny. Okay.
It's flipped, Matt.
Is it flipped?
Yeah.
How do you know? All right, so, sorry, 1 second here. I'm just going to scoot this a little bit so we can get our stuff in. All right, so win condition on the second one, setup 2, that is where Patrick, Rook, and Remi are. If setup 1 has reached an end condition and Remi has not taken any damage, then you win. And lose condition, Remi takes any amount of damage. So you cannot let Remi take any damage.
Okay.
Okay, so wait, I'm supposed to be playing Remi tonight, Joshua, but the whole point of Remi is to stand there and not get hit.
I don't...
Good, okay, great. Let me go back and get Justice's stuff.
Outbound party. The active group is not used to determine which adventurers are selected. Instead, use the diagram. Boo, boo, boo. Dual encounters, setup 1, setup 2. Each setup has its own thing. Dual encounters may reference special things. Okay. So, and all intelligent combatant cards, other than Grotesque Effigy, have the following AI step at the bottom of their card. Otherwise, move towards the nearest adventure.
Okay.
Okay. That's it. At the end of every round, add 1 to the time track. Oh, then there's also Dead Branches. Damocles starts the encounter with 3 Dead Branch tokens. Dead Branch tokens may be spent during an adventurer's turn for 1 SP. For each token spent, an adventurer may spawn 1 Fragor within Sphere of Influence. All Fraggers spawned in this manner treat all other figures as opponents.
Okay.
So you could toss a stick to make it into a bug that attacks anything.
Okay.
If you really want
Could
to.
bomb the tree?
I guess.
So is Justice playing, or do you guys have to rescue Justice?
No, Justice is playing.
Okay.
From what I see, it's just that you can't let her take any damage.
Justice can't take damage
Justice
either?
or Remi?
I'm sorry, not Justice. Remi can't take any damage. Justice is playing also.
Okay, I give you.
I'm not playing. That's Anne's character.
I have 3 sheets in front of me.
I don't have room.
I don't have room either.
Here you go. There you go. All right.
You guys are such babies.
So is Remi's Awaken is a playable character?
I mean, she's on the board. It doesn't say she's not a playable character. Although, no, because, like, it doesn't specify. Okay, so hold on here. It doesn't specify if she's playable or not. But during the special encounter rules section, it only has 3 people, Justice, Damocles, and Rook, and then the addition of Patrick as a friend in need. So I'm thinking that Remi and Justice are both knocked out. Essentially not doing anything.
Okay.
So Anne is going to be playing as Patrick.
Okay.
Are you cool with that, Anne?
Yes. Is this his full setup? All he's got is the gun, the barb, breastplate, and the jeans tweak?
I'll send you an updated picture.
Also, Josh, you need to update the overlay.
Yeah.
All right, so we got some stuff going on here.
So, is there any special rules about how to pick up justice or anything?
It does not say. Unless there's more on the next page. Oh, there's more on the next page. Okay, sorry. There's more on the next page. Vulnerable. Remi is seriously injured and needs to rest. Use her figure to denote her location on the board. Remi may not take actions, use abilities, or use items, and her initiative card is not added to the initiative track. However, she is still in play as an adventurer and can be targeted by opponents.
Okay.
And then Justice is unconscious. Justice has been knocked unconscious by the grotesque effigy. Use her figure to denote her location on the board. Justice may not take actions, use abilities, or use items, and her initiative card is not added to the initiative track. Unlike Remi, Justice may not be targeted by opponents. An adventurer adjacent to her may pick her up, making an encounter action. If they do, place Justice's figure on the adventure card. If they are ever defeated, they must place Justice on the space they were occupying when defeated.
All right, so it's an action to pick up justice.
Yes. Object Justice. Does she count for flanking? I'm assuming no.
Probably not.
Doesn't hurt to ask, though.
I mean,
right?
a wall counts for flanking, and a crumpled body is just about as
she's
effective.
impossible terrain for you, I would say.
If she's impassable terrain, then yeah. She's
not impassable terrain. You walk through her just like an ally.
But you can't end your turn there.
That's different.
And the enemy can't move through them.
I think that's
You're
different.
dumb.
Josh, you're going to give me the enemy's cards.
Right there.
And I'm also going to need something.
$1 million and $20 bills and brown paper bags and untraceable serial numbers.
And you see his 3 skills, right?
I have nothing for him except for what you have on there, which is just him and then those 3 item cards.
I thought I did a picture.
And Josh, I'm going to need the... Oh, you gave me the initiative cards. Okay.
Don't rush him. He can't do too many things at once. And right now, I really need this player set up, so you can't rush him. He gets confused. Joshua.
What?
Guess who's
is
up
that
first?
Rook stuff to the left?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Rook.
No, it's Remi, but she's she's sleeping. Guess who's up second or
Rook.
first? Damn, Oakleys! Guess who's up second?
Rook.
Rook!
Yeah!
Guess who's up third?
Zeke.
Patrick.
Rook!
Guess who's up fourth?
Zeke.
Zeke! Guess who's up fifth?
Rook! Can you shut those up, Matt?
Probably not Nightingale. You just throw random cards at me and you're like, he'll figure it out. Guess who's up fifth?
What did you... Rook!
Justice, who's knocked out. Guess who's up fifth?
What did you do, Joshua?
Grotesque Effigy.
The fraggers.
Guess who's up sixth?
I'm just going to name
The
things,
fraggers.
but aren't...
No, the
Principals.
gatekeeper.
Gatekeeper.
Gatekeeper, bring me a gate.
Make me a gate. Find me a gate. All right, so just to go over these cards super duper quick while Josh is fiddling around over there, we've got the Gatekeeper. So there are poppets on the board. So as a reminder, at the beginning of the Gatekeeper's turn, poppets are going to move 2 spaces towards the closest opponent. You perform break attacks if you move past a poppet that do automatic 1 damage to you magically. And then their attacks will fiddle with you, whatever, when there's poppets on the same space as you. So don't end up on the same space as poppets. Gatekeeper's really strong, so, there's that. And then there's the Grotesque Effigy, which is Mr. Tree over here. And that is a new one for me. So
It's a nut.
What?
It's a nut.
No, it's not. It's a tree. Passive, Clonal Colony. The Grotesque Effigy and its roots have resistance damage unless the source of the damage is from an axe. Roots are figures are with 6 HP, 10 defense, 6 armor. Roots have immunity, spells, and effects. All opponents who provoke a break attack on or adjacent to a root at the start of the grotesque effigy's turn are dealt a green die physical damage. Roots do not drop combatant loot. Regrowth. The grotesque...
Okay, slow that one down. Whoa, slow that one down because this is all brand new for all of us.
Yeah.
And so they have the resistance to damage unless it's an axe. So what's resistance damage? 50%?
Half, yeah.
And then rounded down?
And it's rounded up.
Okay.
Or, I'm sorry, is it
Roots are
rounded
figures.
up? It's also immune to spells, so you can't attack it with magic.
So they have 6 HP, 10 defense, 10 armor.
6 armor.
That's a lot of defense. Sorry, yep, that's a lot. All
tree.
opponents who provoke break attack or are adjacent to a root at the start of the effigy's turn are dealt a green damage. So regardless of what happens, if you provoke a break attack on the monster, you're going to get a green damage. Or if you're next to the root or or adjacent to a root, just the root, not the effigy,
Yes.
are dealt the green physical damage.
That's what I said.
All right, regrowth.
Regrowth. The grotesque effigy has immunity, condemn, darkness, paralyze, and poison. Whenever the grotesque effigy is dealt damage, add 1 heal token to this card, to a maximum of 4. At the start of the grotesque effigy's turn, use all heal tokens on this card. Oh. So you need
You
to...
said on or adjacent. First of all, mouth.
I don't know what Anne's saying, but anyways. That's nasty. That's, yeah. So his attacks are, is there an opponent adjacent to a root? Swap places with the root adjacent to the most opponents. Any opponent that occupies a space that the grotesque effigy moves is moved into the nearest unoccupied space. Continue down. Is there an opponent within range 6 of itself or a root? All opponents within range 6 of itself or a root are pulled 6 to itself or a root, whichever is nearer to the target. Force 13, continue down. Is there an opponent adjacent? Make a separate melee attack against each opponent adjacent. When determining damage, roll a black die. If a shield is rolled, add plus 12 physical damage. Then swap places with the root out of range and sphere of influence of the most opponents. Oh, and he's got 50 health. This guy is a sumbitch. Wow.
Are you going to fight it, or are you just going to take justice and run?
Oh, I'm going to beat the shit out of this guy. I'm going to need Damocles to, like, go stand next to it.
But he teleports.
Not if I chop all the roots out.
But if he teleports over to that root, then he's next to the rocks.
What? Can you show me the icons on the board, which are the roots?
Yeah, so
Not the band.
These root tokens here, that's a root. There's one next to Zeke, and just 2? Yeah, just 2. Those 2 root tokens.
The exposure is a little dark. Could you bring it up 1 click, and maybe that'll help with the contrast between the board and the tokens?
Matt,
I think the contrast would help with the contrast more.
Matt, what is Damocles' health?
Damocles' health is 12 plus something plus 2. 14. Plus 2.
That's wrong.
16.
There we go.
16?
Yes, sir. So there's a root here, and there's a root here.
Yeah, I see.
What's his defense?
There's only
and
2?
Yep, there's a poppet here, and there's a poppet here.
Defense?
His defense is 9 plus 1
So 10?
plus 3.
13? How much movement? 6?
He has 6 movement plus 1.
So 7. And armor?
He has 1. 2.
2?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. I feel a wipe is coming for some reason. This is Twist Gaming. We don't wipe here.
Sorry, happy days.
Joshua, those stats. So I think that we should. Those stats on the board currently for Remi, those aren't actually for Remi. Those are for Podrick.
Yep.
Correct.
And Nightingale's is currently for Damocles.
Okay, so who's Twitch playing as?
Damocles.
Damn, Oakleys!
So Matt, maybe you want to put that link up one more time in chat and probably we should go over, because this is the first time Twitch is playing as Damocles.
No, it's
No,
not.
they've played
so that
before
Twitch
as
can be,
Damocles.
Yeah, you're
feel
lying.
confident in playing as him.
You're lying.
Maybe we should bring up that image and go
She's
through
not listening either.
how to
not.
play as him.
They played as him beforehand.
Admit you were wrong. Do it.
Just ignore us now. It's over here. Middara, tree cuts you down.
I mean, yes.
Cuts down you.
Cut you down. So let me just go over really quickly Damocles' cards, because they have been jumping around a lot, to Anne's point. So they are playing as the Vow build. So Josh, what's a Vow?
Vow is kind of what Batman does. Swear to me.
Swear to me!
Swear to me!
So we've got to Faust, which is anytime you are dealt 3 or more damage from a single source, gain a Vow token. You may gain Vow tokens up to 5 that you can spend a Vow token to do +2 damage to an attack. You've also got In Dreams, which you can spend 2 SP on instead of your regular attack to make an attack, which, if it hits, gives you a Vow token. You've also got In Secret, which is anytime you gain a Vow token, an ally within your sphere of influence may gain a Vow token. Anytime an ally is defeated within sphere of influence, get a Vow token. You've got Nirvana's Mark, so you heal 1 every turn passively. You've got Follow Through, which is you may spend additional SP to do damage, but the reason you have it is because if you have 2 light weapons, while flanking, your attacks ignore armor. So Damocles and I can go and stand up next to the tree and just be flanking buddies.
Does he have backstab?
He does have backstab, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he has backstab.
All right.
They've got Guardian Angel, which is anytime you heal up, or I'm sorry, one time per an encounter, you may heal up to half your maximum HP. And their main weapon that they're going to be using is their Iridium Dagger, which is, if this attack deals damage, gain a Vow token. They've got Backstab, and then they've also got this Ageless Shield, so they can passively spend 1 SP to counter, use it to move 1 space diagonally, or exhaust it to heal. So they can heal 2 every round.
Yeah, 3, because they also have the bodysuit right now.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're right. They have the bodysuits. They heal 3 every round if they exhaust that. So they're meant to be like a damage soak build. So not necessarily that you want to... You're a tank that just is taking damage. Not saying I ignore damage with my armor and then I counter, like some people.
Yeah. Rook doesn't have much armor this round. He
And-
kind of passed everything out.
Yeah. And do you know how to play as Patrick? Have you had a chance to look over the cards, or do you want to go over them with us?
Well, in the photo for Damocles, it also has the Brooding Mantle, the Ablation's Expiation, yeah, and the Lonely Mountain.
That's correct, yeah. So I didn't go over all of the items. So there's the Ablation's Expiation, which is if the attack deals no damage when you use it to dodge, you get an auto counter. Passive ability, when you dodge, if you don't roll a skull, add +2 armor, which is nice. Lonely Mountain is you can basically tap that to get +1 armor whenever you want. Also a freebie dodge. You've got the Fate Engine, which is a conviction die upgrade, so that's something nice to remember. You've got Hemlock and Seer, so I don't know why they have this, but they do.
For giving Vow tokens.
Oh, okay. So it increases their sphere of influence by 2, so you can give more people Vow tokens that way. And, yeah, you've also got a couple of consumables that, if the time comes up to use them, we'll bring it up. But you've got that Magic Bomb to get rid of statuses. You've got Faced, Banff token that lets you warp once, and then the Demon Voucher, which is at any time you may re-roll dice that were rolled.
Does he have the Brooding Mantle?
No.
I think that was a different armor.
Okay, so... Okay, so we got to update that picture.
Okie doke. So, I'm sorry, Anne, were you cool with Patrick?
Yeah, I'm cool with Patrick.
You cool, dog? You cool?
Oh, let me send you one more picture.
Yeah.
What's in the pitcher? Is it lemonade or iced tea?
Arnold Palmer.
Josh, do you know who Arnold Palmer is?
He was a golf player.
No.
Do you know what he's famous for?
He's a really good golf player.
No, he's famous for inventing the Arnold Palmer drink.
I think he was a really good golf player.
He was pretty good, but I think he's more famous for his drink.
Are you sending me the flip side of the idolater?
Yep.
Okay.
Alrighty then. So, Damocles is going first. There's no roots by them?
They can also summon fraggers.
Yeah, but that's lame. There's a loot up here.
How do you summon
So
fraggers?
they have 3 branch tokens that they can use to summon a fragger somewhere on the map.
Why would you do that?
That's what Damocles specifically started as.
Because the fraggers
Yeah,
will
but
also
what's the-
fight the tree.
Oh yeah, they'll also fight the tree.
But they'll fight us too?
Yeah, they fight everything.
That's interesting.
Personally, I think that Damocles and Zeke can just go ham on the tree and chop it down with our little daggers.
Summon a fragger, get a flanker.
Arnold Palmer is on the Mount Rushmore of golf.
Is the Mount Rushmore golf?
Are you able to... what's the range for summoning a fragger?
Within sphere of influence. So for them, it's 6.
So
How?
he could not... Well, he could move.
Yeah, they could move over here and then spawn a fragger adjacent to the tree if they really wanted to. I don't know that I don't think it counts as flanking because it's it's not an ally.
Yeah.
So it's just something to beat up the tree.
And the tree would beat that up too.
That's true. So I guess you could kind of use it as a sacrificial lamb for the tree. Okay, so only the roots
Okay.
have resistance damage, not the effigy. That's correct.
Hey, Final Chaos.
The tree has immunity, condemn, darkness, paralyze, and poison. And then whenever he is dealt damage, he gets a heal token, up to 4. So we kind of want to just do mass damage to him at once.
Thor said that Arnold Palmer is one of the best 4 golfers of all time.
Yeah, but he's like one of the top 3 drink makers of all time.
Who's up there with him?
Can you scoot the map down because the battle is focused in that upper right quadrant. The text box kind of covers it. So if we're trying to figure out like where the roots are,
I'd say Dr. Pepper's up there. The Dr. Pepper. Is that a little better, Ann?
you're shoving it back into the text box. I think you need to move the actual camera, and we can come down to the second battle when that becomes active.
Or I could do that.
That's better. Yeah, you can do that. Okay, so there's only the 2 root tokens. There's the one by Zeke, and then there's one in the bottom left quadrant.
So the tree teleports the
Who's
root.
blue?
Yes, the tree will teleport
Yeah.
to the root.
So if he threw the fraggers at the root, what would happen?
Then the fraggers would attack the root, and then the tree would swap positions with the fragor.
With the fragger or with the branch?
With the root. Why?
Just spitballing ideas. I don't know if it's actually helpful or not. That's another option of.
So another thing is there's 2 pieces of treasure on this map. So there's this loot up here, and then there's a loot down there by me.
And there's a loot next to Justice.
There is a loot there. So I mean, Damocles and I could just go on a loot journey.
Well, if they throw that over there, the tree's going to teleport over there, and then Justice is kind of free in that room, right? And not going to get attacked?
She doesn't get attacked no matter what.
Oh, everything
She
just
can't be
ignores her?
targeted. Yeah.
Right.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Only Remi can be targeted while she's knocked out. Where is Podrick?
Podrick's hiding behind Remi's
He's down in
giant
the
wing.
second one. Okay.
Yeah.
No, you and Zeke need to go
Get treasure.
beat up that.
And activate
Free.
the 2 tokens to spawn more things?
Maybe it'll be things that the
Yeah,
tree
that's-
beats up.
No, Matthew, that's never how these things wind up. So, what's the easiest way for Damocles to get into a position where you both can be flanking?
I mean, he just needs to run up to the tree, and then I can get up there on my turn. Maybe it's an axe. That's true. Maybe it'll give us an axe.
Probably here would be the best spot for him to be in.
I think Shadowner wants to go and find some loot.
Yeah. I mean, it is Twitch's turn.
I think
and
you want to do that, and you're pushing your agenda.
I think I know Twitch better than you. I mean, like, I know Twitch better than I know you.
So what Twitch could do is they can activate that loot, and if something bad does come up,
Run away.
they use their BAMF token and get the fuck out of there.
They could.
Why would you waste a token just to make a stupid play?
Because it's Twitch.
Like,
and it's
you
fun.
open your mouth and dumb comes out.
Josh, put up a poll.
You're so much better than that.
Josh, put up a poll.
Just let chat decide. Chat, what do you want to do? What's your poll options?
Poll options is, do you want to get loot? Do you want to pocket sand the root? Or do you want to go for the tree?
Wait, you have to add in like, if you're like, do you want to get loot? Like, that in and of itself sounds very attractive option. But what you're failing to
distracting
add
Josh.
in there is get loot and activate totem.
Tote yum, you mean?
Yeah, totem.
Guessing the roots are a problem? I mean, as long as you don't end your turn next to them, then you're fine. I plan on obliterating this root next to me.
You're going to kill the root?
I'm going to excavate that root.
With your damage, your physical damage reduction?
I ignore armor. I don't care that it's got 6 armor.
But it's got resistance.
Yeah, so it only has, what, 10 health? Yeah. No, they have 6 HP. Come on, Home Slice. I do that in my sleep.
Wait, no, I thought it was 10 health, 10 defense, 6 armor.
10 defense, 6 health, 6 armor.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm
I
looking
thought
at
it
the
was 10,
card.
10, 6.
I'm
Show
looking
me. I
at
wanna
the
see it.
card.
I
Are
don't
you?
believe you.
6, 10, 6.
Okay, fine.
6 HP with resistance, so 12 plus damage to kill. I can do that easy. That's fine. Loot and totem! Bad guys who like to loot and totem. When our powers combine, we become Captain Backstab.
When twin powers activate?
Form of Shank and Shank.
A bucket.
Hot Pocket?
A bucket. A bucket of water.
Hot Pocket?
Bucket?
Bucket.
Hot pocket.
Hot Pocket. It's like a Hot Pocket, but instead of a crispy, crusty, tender, flaky crust, it's a bucket. I don't know the rules, but guessing the danger out the way loot after? I mean, you could do that.
You know,
but what if you find something good?
I mean, we've been seeing a bunch of traps.
Yeah, so statistically speaking, there's probably not any more traps.
Shut up. You're a terrible person on the inside. No, go ahead. Fine. Loot and totem. I'm on the whole of this.
Okay, Josh, close the poll out. It's time to loot and totem.
It's on a dimer.
A dimer?
A dimer, yes.
What's a dimer?
It's like a diner.
Dimers, drive-ins, and dives?
Yeah.
So they're going to spend, okay, small chance it spawns more roots. I mean, that's true. It does have a chance to spawn more roots, but then we just kill those roots.
But look, they get to start moving.
What is it, 4 on the card, right? So there's only a small chance that 2 more roots pop up and that everybody dies.
So they move up 4 spaces. Before they activate it, that activates. So they still have 3 movement left.
Yeah.
So
they can change what happens.
Yeah, so they could run away if they really wanted to. Oh, we did get a vote for kill the root, but it's time to loot and totem. So they're going to spend 1 SP. They're at 2 now.
Kudos to the one person that voted for kill the root.
And then it activates the blue totem. Josh, what do you think the blue totem is?
Waterlow.
Why do you think a waterlow? It's blue. And what do you think the blue totem is?
More roots.
Roots the band?
Josh, where are you going to put the water loa?
Slumped against the corner, you see a dead animate. Draw 1 combatant loot card.
Oh, we get his loot.
Is the monster loot card drawn?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I thought we drew a monster loot card already.
No, from the animate itself.
Oh.
I think it's an axe.
Oh my god, if it's really an axe.
And my axe!
Where's all my cards?
Josh lost it. Didn't get set up beforehand.
That one didn't count.
Don't you feel really bad now, Anne, if they get a really badass axe and then just like solo shot the tree?
Is this the blue totem or is this the loot? This is the blue totem.
This is the blue
right?
totem. It's not even the loot.
The animate consumable?
I don't know.
Draw
You
one
haven't-
combatant loot card.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then draw one animate loot. Random.
Bat. Oh, we got a loot card from the deck. And the animate loot.
Yeah.
Okay. It was weirded really word.
Yeah, that was weirded really word.
We get the animate loot, or you have to draw. You have an opportunity to draw it randomly.
No, it's randomly draw one animate loot.
How
Left
many
or right?
Left.
pieces of loot does the character have?
2. And we got his eyeball. Which is once per encounter, make an attack. That's nice. I want that.
That's weird.
So that's going on Damocles.
What was the other option?
And then we got 12 gold.
Yay!
An animate shard, which is just get 25 gold during the next.
You mean an animate chart.
Yes.
So then
You're
this goes away, and they can spend an SP to activate the loot. So they wanted to loot, so they're going to loot. So which loot token is it, Josh?
I don't know. Blue? Blue
What color?
dabba dee dabba die?
What color is that, Josh?
It's red.
Gain 2 random consumables. Yeah, this is a real bad idea, Anne.
Remember that time you pulled all of the things and killed everybody else?
Yeah, I spent the second SP.
Indiana Jones
Chat
style?
owner. Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun.
All right, so they got some foaming cleanser, which is remove all effects from a figure within sphere of influence, create super viruses 1% of the time. That's really nice. And then also
That's
Baphomet's
really cool.
Blessing. At any time, reroll any dice rolled by a figure within sphere of influence. Discard.
What tier are these consumables?
Uncommon.
I have not seen these come out in the game once yet. Joshua, wait, you're like pulling from the extra rare deck? Like that's
Oh.
what you put in?
Yeah, you guys got some good shit right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have one more SP. You can't move again, so that's really the end of your turn. Right? Right.
No
they
skills they
still-
use.
No, none of their skills are more than, no. Looking at their skills, there's nothing that they could use.
Okay.
So that's the end of their turn. It's now Rook's turn. Rook, what are you doing? What are you buying? What are you selling?
All right. So you need to kill this.
The Clockwork Lady.
Yeah.
Remember,
Can
you
you
can't.
put a base on either Rook or Podrick? There's no base on them, and it's difficult to differentiate.
What's the what's her defense?
She's
Joshua,
got.
why do you use the table to stand up all the time, every day? I'm going to buy you, like, a walker.
A
and
lift
you can use
chair.
that to
You
stand.
need a lift chair.
Yes.
She has 13 defense.
Okay. I'm gonna go here. I knocked her over. I win, right?
I mean, she's in between like 4 spaces. I'm assuming that she's in this space here.
Yeah. How many spaces do the poppets move?
2.
So it would be next to me, but not on me.
That's correct.
Which I don't want them on me, right?
Correct.
Okay. I'll go there. That's 1 SP. Oh, before that, can I target Remi?
No, I believe it says she can't be targeted.
I thought Remi can't be targeted.
Vulnerable. Remi is
No.
seriously injured and needs to rest. Use her figure to know. Remi may not take actions, use abilities, or use items, and her initiative card is not added to the track. However, she is still in play in an adventure can be targeted by opponents.
All right, I'm gonna give Remi barrier.
By opponents.
I mean, no, I think that he would still be able to do that. I think that makes sense.
I don't think it makes...
Why wouldn't he be able to cast a shield on her?
Because the targeting is specifically by opponents, so it doesn't say by allies.
I think.
And if it is if it's specifically stating one, it is specifically excluding the others. I think
I'd like to hear the logic
the
behind
spirit
that.
of it. The spirit of it is that the goal here with one enemy is just to protect Remi.
So you're
So
not
I-
allowed
should
to
it-
cast a shield on her to
Yeah.
protect her.
That's cool. I don't think it goes with the spirit of what's being done. I think that if allies were able to target an ally, I feel like it would have said that.
Okay.
But
I'm gonna cast Barrier on
that's
Podrick,
fine.
And just wants barrier for herself.
and I'll cast Courage on myself. Can I have those tokens, Matt?
No. Barrier. I don't know where that is.
What gear does Remi have left? Defense and armor.
I gotta look. I think you have pretty much your full setup right now.
Barrier and what, Josh?
Courage.
There you go.
She has 13 defense. I'll give you, and I'm giving you both the Courage and the Barrier.
Why would you give it to me?
Because I don't hit well, and you lose Courage when you miss.
Okay.
So he's a waste, is what he's saying.
So I just don't want it to go away. She has +1 armor.
Shadowrunner says because an attack still needs to hit.
Yeah. She has 2 armor at the moment. She doesn't have any extra defense though. Her armor's not here. I think it's on a different character at the moment.
So she is in the nude.
So she only has 9
She should
defense.
have her morbid leather on, right?
I think someone else is using the morbid leather right now.
That's me. I have morbid leather.
Yeah, there should be 2 of them though.
I don't know. Oh, I think Justice got a morbid leather.
Yeah, Justice might have your armor right now. No, she has that, but it doesn't give you any defense. She doesn't have her core on her.
The heart box.
Yeah, the
But
heart
it
box.
gives armor. The morbid leather is, but it gives
Yeah.
what's it say, +1 armor?
Yeah, morbid leather's +1 armor.
But the heart box is on Justice, I think.
So does that
Yeah.
mean she could still dodge? Oh no, she may not make actions.
Yep.
Or use abilities or items. Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to attack.
She's got her Zambato too, which is + armor.
Yep. Should I attack or should I just tank?
Probably just tank. If you don't think you're gonna be able to hit her.
Well, like I could spend SP to counter her too. Like,
Oh, and just so you're aware, the Gatekeeper has protection and resistance to ranged attacks.
Oh, good. So I have to get up there and hit her with the gun.
Yeah, you have to pistol whip her. So what's protection again?
I think
Oh, I
that's
have that written down.
Protection. I don't have that in this token thing here.
I don't think it's a token.
I don't think it's a. I think it's a status.
You got that analysis paralysis?
Yeah,
Josh?
I think I'm just gonna run up to her and not do anything.
Wave. Hi.
I mean, I could try to run past her and then provoke a counter.
It's worked so well for you already.
Oh, and there's that objective in the corner. I wonder what that is.
You can go and grab the objective.
Could. Yeah, let's play some counter games. Oh, roll black die and books the conviction. Is protection.
Oh,
From
gotcha.
Shadowrunner.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Yeah, let's have her attack me.
So you're running around her?
I'll spend an extra SP to move 2 more spaces forward.
Okay. So she's going to attack. So her flow, it's just a break attack, so it's a regular
Yep.
attack. So we need to roll a green and a red. So chat, please roll a green, a red, and a black because she's got protection. That's not it.
No, not black.
Yeah, not black. Don't roll a black die. I mean, you don't have a choice, but don't roll it. And Josh,
Yes.
where are you moving to?
Just 2 spaces closer to the objective.
To the objective.
Yeah.
So Josh is also going for the mat strategy of running to the objective. I think it's a great idea. It's really foolproof. Truly. And
If I use the Idolater as a melee weapon, do I just choose to do that? Because the star says to unflip the card.
I think you just need to do the second attack, and then you flip it. And then you can start using it as... You gotta first use it as a ranged attack. So they rolled a 14.
yeah.
I have a defense of an 11.
So that's
Beats me by 3.
beating you by 3. She does not get anything for symbols.
Okay. So she's just beating me by 3?
Yes.
I have 3 armor.
Seraphone says it's the Matagy.
So I'm gonna counter.
What you read, Nan?
The rules for the Idolater and how to do it. So the
Ah.
first, Josh is correct.
You must shoot before you can smack.
You might after you resolve it, then you do a second melee attack. So it's 2 attacks. It shoots twice, and then you flip it. But then you'd have to do another attack as a melee. So yeah, you have to shoot, and then you can use it as a melee attack.
That's weird.
All right. I rolled a 14. So I actually hit.
You do hit.
I actually rolled a star, so that's +1, so that's a 15.
Okay.
So I'm beating it by 2.
She has 2 armor.
I have 1 set of books, so it's another 2 damage. So 2 damage to her.
2 damage? Nice.
Yeah.
What's protection again?
It's for spells.
Oh, okay.
We don't have to worry about it.
Perfect. So she's taking
When
2
casting
damage.
a spell against a figure with protection, that figure adds a black die to their conviction dice when making a conviction check. All books rolled this way adds +1 to the conviction check.
Perfect.
I should have did this earlier. Once per encounter, an opponent within Sphere of Influence gains the Nemesis token. Allies gain +1 to attack rolls made against the Nemesis. You may only have 1 Nemesis token at a time.
Is that in here?
It's with a tether token. It should be... They're like black.
Yeah. Yep, Nemesis. So, Nemesis token. I'm just going to leave that right there. So, she gets Nemesis, and I'm sorry, what does it do again, Josh?
+1 to your rolls, attack rolls.
Okay, so you did 1 more damage to her. Perfect. Okay, so she has 3 damage, so she has 22 health left. Is that the end of your turn, Josh?
Yep, I have 1 SP left. That's the end of my turn.
Okay, so then next up is Patrick. So, Patrick, what you gonna do with all that junk? All that junk
So my movement is 7, right?
Yep.
inside that trunk.
Okay. So what do I
You can
got?
get up right
1,
next to her.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 7 gives me adjacent there, but I can't get flanking.
Yeah.
That puts me 1, 2 would still be away. What does she do to opponents that are adjacent?
Opponent's name, Jason?
Yeah. So. Oh, that's interesting.
And...
She actually runs away from you if you're adjacent
Okay.
without provoking break attacks.
Okay.
How much is her movement?
She has a movement of 6.
Would you target Remi
Because
then?
she's going to run toward Remi.
Why would she run toward Remi?
You said she runs away. Like, I'm not...
So, is
Yeah.
there an opponent adjacent? Move 4 spaces farther from opponents. So, it's whatever direction.
Right now, she would back... Actually, she would back into the corner because she would run away from us. She would go on top of the objective token.
Yes. That is correct.
So if I landed not in the space to your right, Josh, but one to
Yeah.
the right of that, you don't think she would go between us and toward Remi. You think she would go back and
Yeah,
toward the
because it's away
objective.
from everyone.
She would get further away from you by going into the corner.
And I think you can use your weapon straps to do the exhaust, make a re-equip action, and I think you might be able to flip your gun that way.
I hear you, but I don't think that that's correct. I don't think that you can equip a weapon as flipped.
Some weapons have like a relic side on their backside, and you can equip them either way.
Right, but this one doesn't.
Okay.
I hear what you're saying, and I
Yeah.
think but I don't know. I don't think that is this one.
There is an attack attached when it runs away. It'll try to attack anyone that shares a space with a poppet or is within sphere of influence.
Okay.
So she's gonna. How many opponents?
As many opponents as there are within sphere of influence.
So she'll do an attack to each of us?
I'm sorry, it's prioritizing the opponent who is adjacent to the most figures.
What's the tiebreaker after that?
Our choice.
Do the poppets move first?
Yes.
So then it'll attack me?
Yeah.
And that's fine, because I got 9,000 dodges. I don't have counters, but I have dodges. But I can only dodge once. I can't dodge.
You have 2 dodges.
No, and
But
saying
you
they don't stack.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I re-roll a failed dodge with anything? When you dodge and the attack misses? No. I don't have anything. If you don't roll a skull, add +1 to the results. If you don't roll a skull, add +2 to the results. That's pretty good, the Marba's threads. Okay, please move me 2 to the right of Rook. That should be my 7 movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So up 1, over 6, up 1 again. Oh, I forgot the dice roller, Linky.
Over here, Anne?
Yes, exactly.
Anne has more dodges than a used truck.
Hey.
Truck lot.
Okay, so that was 1 SP. I have 2 SP to attack. So I am going to, I can only shoot it, whatever its range, but my range attacks gain +1 physical damage because of precise strike.
Yep.
And I could exhaust that to empower.
You're already
Do I want to empower it?
Why does she already
okay.
empower?
Her weapon, her attack already has a black die.
Ah.
So two greens and a black.
Yep.
Great roll, Anne.
Thanks, guys. Okay, but look.
Just letting you know, Anne,
Look.
that you couldn't have rolled any worse than that. Could
I
not
hate
have
you.
at all.
I hate you. After you're resolving an attack you made, make a melee attack, make a range attack against the same target. That's passive, so I get to do it again.
Yep. You lose courage.
Great. So glad you gave it to me. Oh. Empower is shields give more, right? Not books.
It's whatever your card has.
It just gives you more symbols for your card's abilities.
Thank you. That's what we're okay. So I rolled a 13.
She has 13 defense.
Get +1 because the nemesis.
So 14.
14.
Beat hit by 1.
So I hit.
She also has +1 from her precise strike, right?
Yep. +1 physical damage.
Okay.
So that's 2.
Okay, so I have. Hold on. Let me, because you'll confuse me. So I have 1 to start off. What's her armor?
2.
2.
So I have 1 because I exceeded the roll by 1. 1 because I have +1 physical damage from precise strike. Does she have resistance against ranged attacks?
Yes.
Yes.
So then, how does that work?
Calculate
I take the damage it's done and divide that by half?
Yes.
So then I only, with even both of those physicals, I only did 1 to the armor, and I still have 1 armor I need to get through?
The armor, you take the armor out first, and then you take the half of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you don't have to double up the armor for
okay.
resistance.
That's nice. So
Okay.
that's
is
your
nice.
armor. So then your symbols will go directly towards damage.
Perfect. Okay, when determining damage, this weapon gains +2 physical damage until the attack is resolved for books. So I'm going to exhaust my Idolater because I rolled 4 books on my Empower, and that simple exhaust gives me 4 damage straight to it. And then I have 2 shields, which is +3 physical damage. So it's 5 physical damage. And then she has resistance, and you said it's rounded up or down. So is it 3 or 2?
It's rounded up.
So then it does 3 damage in total.
Okay. I mean, 3 damage is good.
And so then the follow-up to that is push 2, force 8, plus the difference of the hit.
You kind of don't want her to move. So she has to roll her conviction dice here?
Yeah.
Okay, so we need a green and a gray.
Just
Push
beat a 9.
2, force 9. So I think she needs to
Oh.
exceed a 9.
Yeah, she'll be fine. Considering you can get a 9 or a 10 on the gray die.
She did 7 damage, but she has resistance to ranged attacks, so it's half of that, so it's 3 damage.
12. Is 12 greater than 9?
I'll also check it is.
Okay. So she doesn't move. And Anne, is that the end of your turn?
+3 for 2 shields. Yes, that is the end of my turn, and now my gun is flipped, so the next one will be a melee.
All right. So I am going to go now. I'm going to exhaust my blade works, and I'm going to attack this root next to me. I am flanking.
Is it Groot?
No, it's just a root. I am flanking, so I'm going to roly-poly. Boop, 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 boop. And I rolled... Ew. Oh, that's a 9. Okay. I rolled a 13. So the roots have 10 defense, so I get +2 to my result.
Yeah, so
5. Beating it by more than 2.
Still not +2.
+5 for backstab.
12.
Then I am going to... Cool. So 12 kills it because I ignore armor.
Yep.
And so I'm going to use my star as a follow-up to gain +1 SP.
Okay.
So I kill that root, and I gained an SP.
Matt, can you move the camera
Oh, yeah.
up a little bit?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
The roots have 10 defense? 10 defense. It's a bunch of tendies that they stick in the ground like a picket fence. It's delicious.
It's revenge of the
Did it go
Pixie
fencing with
Monkey.
tendies?
Yeah. I am going to copy Twitch's lead here, and I'm going to run and pick up that loot back there. So I'm going to spend 1 SP. And
I like how you said you were following Twitch's lead, not like, I'm going to follow my own lead that I've already started. Oh, it's so smooth. Subtle and smooth.
Oh, this is a bad one. I mean, a good one. A lever sits in the corner of this room. It seems to have a crude drawing of a platform and an arrow pointing down. Place a red objective token on the space this totem occupies. An adjacent adventurer may spend 1 SP to pull this lever. If they do, read the hidden text for the red objective.
Who's going to pull the lever, Matthew?
I have a feeling that the lever is going to put me on the lower level with you guys. So
How would we get back up?
I'm not going to pull it. I'm going to spend an SP and open up the treasure chest. So, Josh, can you please put the red objective token on that space? Once I find it, that is.
You guys are kind of far away from us. I don't think it's going to bring you to us.
I mean, I have a feeling it is.
you
Chat says you
cheating?
should pull it.
They're saying I should pull the lever. I know, I do want to pull the lever.
You have 2 SP. You can look at the loot and then pull the lever.
I have 3
But
SP.
if he, okay, here, real talk. If Matt's right, and like Zeke falls through a hole down to the library, that leaves Damocles by himself to beat up that root in that tree.
Yeah.
You just grab Justice and run the hell out.
That is an option.
He has a BAMF token to do it, too.
I do want to kill the tree. Like, I really want to kill the tree.
I don't think you're going to teleport to us.
And what do you think? Do you think it's going to teleport me?
I think that whatever you do with that lever, the result is going to be bad. So I am not the right person to ask to encourage you on your ridiculous antics.
Sure, I'll pull the lever.
You gonna check the loot first or pull the lever first?
I checked the loot.
Okay.
Red loot? Or no, what color's the loot?
It is yellow loot.
Yellow loot. The box is rigged with poisonous gas. Oh.
There's a surprise.
I have to make a lore check. That's 2 purples, Josh?
Yep.
Oh, it's a good thing my lore is 2. Oh, that is not a purple die.
No, it was a really nice roll though.
I actually beat the check, so I am not poisoned.
Ice Chamber made a very good point. He's like, and you thought the lever was trapped.
Yeah, right? You pull the lever and hear a clicking sound far in the distance. Place tokens and read the special encounter rules on diagram 23. You may activate this objective again to remove these tokens and stop using the special encounter rules on this diagram. This objective may be activated multiple times.
23?
I'm super confused. Yeah, 23.
Just breaking the illusion.
Oh.
What?
Actually. Okay. We need some
You want to
dangerous
share with the
terrain.
rest of the class?
The red?
The exclamation point. The holes.
I don't know where that is.
It's on the back side of one of those.
Oh, here. How many of them?
Chatterer wants
2
to
small
know
ones and
if
2
there
big
was
ones.
anything in the chest aside from poison.
Nope, just gas. Poison gas.
You farted.
Yeah, the chest farted. On my chest.
You ready for this?
Yes. Huh. Okay. Did I block you all in that room? I sure did.
You put a gap there. So the poppet's kind of
It's a good thing that we're both on one side, though. I mean, you're stuck here forever, Josh, because you can't jump to save your life.
Oh,
Remember last time you jumped and fell down a hole?
wait a second.
What?
What's that elevation change?
Yes.
How much of a change is it?
It should be just 1.
No, from where we were to where it's 1 down that way, going down the stairs.
Okay.
I can't read the.
Oh, yes, I see that now. There's stairs.
Yeah. What is this to this? I can't read the numbers.
I can't. I think it looks like 4 to 1.
4 to 1.
Yes, 4 to 1.
Don't know if we were able to jump that.
Remi might not be safe because of the poppet there.
But the puppets don't. Oh, they.
If they start on a space with you, you take damage.
So I have a hooked vine. So once per encounter, I can pass a failed jump check, so I can get back there.
You guys are actually safe right now because of the fact that both of you are adjacent to the gatekeeper. Because part of what she does is she warps poppets over to you.
So, special encounter rules.
Yes.
After placing the tokens, any figures occupying a dangerous terrain space must make an agility 10 check or be defeated. While these tokens are on the board, all elevation on UM40 is elevation 1.
Okay.
What does that mean?
So the stairs just disappeared, and it's a flat room now.
Interesting.
How does that work?
I don't know. I'm not sure if we're supposed to be able to do that jump, but I'm not going to backtrack all that.
So, okay. If you guys get the poppets over there, I can, warp them. I'm just... Do you guys...
You don't even know what you're doing. You're just like...
Yeah, that's true. I don't. I'm just like, this lever's stupid. Okay, so that's the end of my turn.
That was the red objective, right?
That was the red objective, yes.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the end of my
That's super
turn.
interesting that something you did on your board impacted our board.
I think jumping is easy. It's the up that can.
Yeah. You might take damage from jumping down
That many levels.
that many levels.
It's fine. It'll be fine. Okay, so it is now the grotesque Effigy's turn. So, Grotesque Effigy. Is there an opponent adjacent to a root?
No.
No.
Is there an opponent within range 6 of itself or a root?
No.
Is there an opponent adjacent?
No.
That doesn't do anything.
Isn't there subtext though? For all the things at the end, if there's no to move closer or something like that. I thought there was a special encounter rule.
For the poppets, I believe. All intelligent combatant cards other than the Grotesque Effigy have the following AI step added to the bottom of their combatant card. Otherwise, move towards the nearest adventurer.
Okay. So everything but the tree.
Yeah. Because it's a tree. So tree doesn't do anything. Now it's the Gatekeeper's turn. So poppets are going to move 2 spaces towards the closest emony.
Emily.
Yeah, like a CM emony.
Can you move the camera back down since we're playing on my board? Just a scotch. Thank you. Or aggressively. That's aggressive.
Joshua.
Okay, so 2.
Yes. And then the other one.
You have Mr. Reachington.
I know, but I just like to hear you grunt when you stand up.
You guys are so...
Okay, so it's going to go 1, 2 spaces there, so it's adjacent to you. And then it is going to... Is there an opponent adjacent?
Yes.
Warp 1 poppet
Yes.
to each space occupied by an opponent adjacent to the Gatekeeper, prioritizing poppets not currently occupying a space with a figure. So both of the poppets warp underneath you.
Okay.
Yep.
So
So, Josh, you got to stand up, Josh.
it takes it
You can't-
away...
you got- oh, my God.
He's not going to stand up. It's going to take it away from Remi.
Not within. It doesn't care about this sphere.
No,
No,
it does
no.
not.
Stand up.
Why?
No, that's not where it goes. Oh, my God.
What do you mean it's not where it goes? Why are you saying it's not where it goes?
It was now. You fixed it. So stubborn. You two are so stubborn.
Okay, so the poppets went. Now, then move up to 4 spaces farther from opponents. This movement does not provoke break attack, so it's going to move into the corner. On to the blue thing. Is there an opponent that shares a space with a poppet?
Yes.
Cast a spell
Yep.
6 against all opponents with at least 1 poppet on the space they occupied. Deal a green die of magic damage for each poppet on the space the target occupies. So she is going to cast a spell 6, and her casting is gray. So I'm going to have her roll 2 grays. First one is for Anne, second one is for Josh. And you two need to roll your conviction, and hopefully you don't take some green dies of damage. Time to die,
Oh, yeah,
clown!
definitely. Look at that awesome roll right there, guys. You super jelly?
Wow, Anne. Wow. Well, she rolled both 9s. So, Josh, I think you're effed.
I actually have a green die.
Oh. Maybe you're not totally effed.
I rolled a 7 and a 5.
7 and a 5 is 12. 9 plus 6 is 15. So you're effed. Okay, I checked, and here it is. An elevation change
Yeah.
of 3 prevents a figure from moving from a higher elevation, and a figure moving to a lower elevation is defeated.
Yeah.
So we might need to redo that part. You guys spent extra SP to move further. All right, so we're going to need 2 green dice to be rolled. First one is for Anne, second one's
Well-
for Josh. What, Anne?
Does that mean, like, we would have died if we actually did that correctly?
If you would have just jumped down instead of walking down the stairs, you could have actually just walked down 1 step and then jumped down and been fine.
Yeah.
So you were here, you could have moved here and jumped down and had the same effect.
Oh, okay.
So Anne, you take 4 damage. Josh, you take 9 damage.
Is magic damage, or does my armor do anything?
It is magic damage, so it ignores armor. What can I say except you're welcome?
I want to use my gene Oh, no, that's physical damage.
Jean jacket.
My gene tweak, well, when you're dealt damage, roll the black die, and if a skull is rolled, reduce the physical damage to 0.
And takes 4 damage.
Ain't no physical damage there.
She's down to 14. I'm going to use my Hater's Plate. Once per encounter, when you're dealt damage, reduce damage dealt to you by the highest value combatant loot card drawn this encounter. We drew 12 gold, so I'll reduce damage by 12.
Oh. Okay. That works out nicely. All right, so that's the end of that guy's turn. So now it's the end of the round. We get a time token at the end.
Ooh.
That's an urgency token, Matt.
Whatever. Potato, tomato.
No, they're different.
Well, you hide all the tokens.
So are
That's fair.
potatoes and tomatoes. I
In
feel
the
like
bin.
that's the point.
Where?
The last bin. What happens when we hit so many time tokens?
You'll find out.
What's the number of time tokens since it happens?
You'll find out.
Okay.
Something starts at 2,
Great.
if that makes you feel better.
Okay.
No, does not make me feel better.
All right, so it is now... Damn, Oakleys!
Want to scooch back up now?
Not really.
I know. I'm sorry.
So
I appreciate it.
damn-
It's very helpful.
Damn Oakleys is going up to 4 SP. They have max health, right, Josh?
Yep.
Okay, so they're not... I mean, they can heal, but they're not healing anything. So, I mean, realistically here, it would probably be good for them to run up to the tree and maybe start to hit it, but then once I get up there, then we can Bash Brothers it. Like, we can just be like, stab, shank, stab.
They only have 6 movement?
How much?
They do have 7 movement.
7 movement?
4,
Okay,
5,
I didn't
6,
look at there.
It
I
says
looked at the
7
wrong one.
movement.
I looked at the
7.
wrong one.
2 time tokens is already pretty seasoned. Dork. That was so dorky. So they could move to be at the upper left diagonal corner of the tree.
Where?
And then
I
you
can't
could
see.
get to the lower right diagonal corner of the tree, and that would do flanking, right?
That is correct.
But they wouldn't get the flanking bonus yet.
That's correct.
You would get the flanking bonus when you started. But that probably is, or is it more advantageous if he comes down to attack the root?
I mean, the root's so far away that I don't think it's going to bother anyone. Because you have to be within 6 spaces of it. So I think...
1, 2, and that's impassable terrain, the bookshelves in the
yeah,
corner.
exactly.
So it blocks line of sight.
So I think it's time to beat up this tree.
Beat that tree!
Anne doesn't appreciate my sense of comedic timing. Get it?
When you kill the tree, does the root die?
I mean, that's how it works in nature.
Yeah. Oh.
I mean, it doesn't
Does
say,
that-
but
is it-
I would assume that the roots die when the tree dies.
Okay. So what do you guys think, Twitch? Do you think that that's the best course of action?
No, he spawns where the root is. No, he does not. He does not regrow from the roots.
It's like a Hydra with roots.
Yeah, a rootra. My vote is for attacking the
3
tree.
more spawn?
Yep.
Josh, what's your vote for?
I think attack the tree.
And what's your vote for?
I think attack the tree.
I
With
think
their dagger axe, right?
it's just a dagger.
Dagger axe.
It's not a dagger axe. It's just a dagger.
Dagger axe.
They could just smack it with its shield. Just pew, pew, pew.
Shield bash!
Shield bash. Ice Chamber, are you trolling?
Attack it. Yes.
Or do you actually want to attack the root? A Hydra doing a handstand. Yeah, it's a Hydra doing a handstand. Okay, so we're attacking the tree.
Okay.
So they need to spend 1 SP to move up to Mr. Tree. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right.
Why
right.
do they have to... That 1 SP is just for the regular move, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dagger axes ignore armor. Axe axes ignore resistant damage on roots. Okay, so then they need to attack. So they should
Stab the tree.
Yeah, they should shank the tree. They should use their In Dreams, which is 2 SP to use that instead of their
They'll see you
normal
in your
attack.
dreams.
Yes. So that'll bring him down to 1 SP. They attack. Their weapon is a green and a red. Tree has 13 defense. And defense. And they rolled a 11. Because they rolled a 4 on the red die. I mean,
Where does the red die come from?
the red die comes from their Ageless Bulwark. Their shield.
Oh.
I mean, there's really nothing they could do here, right?
Doesn't make sense to do anything.
Not really.
Wait till they're in flank.
Yeah, I think just wait till they're flanking.
Till they're stake.
Flank steak, Ricky Lake. Flank steak, Ricky Lake. Okay, so let me clear that out. You can't really do anything else with your turn, so that's the end of your turn. My turn. No, it's not. It's Rook's turn. Rook, it's your turn. What are you doing, Rook?
Gonna get my SP back.
Gonna get that?
Gonna get that.
Boom, boom, boom.
Gonna cast barrier on my. Does she do physical attacks?
Nope.
Just magic?
Just magic.
I'm not gonna spend the SP to put barrier on myself. I'll cast courage on
Podrick. He's gonna actually smack her this time.
Yeah.
You gonna go look at that objective?
Sure. I'm gonna move into her face.
Big disgrace.
How? Can you check the objective while it's
Doesn't
on
say I
it?
can't. I just have to be adjacent to it.
Okay.
Move me closer,
Please.
please. I get damage from the poppet, right?
Oh yeah, I forgot it's on top of you. You're gonna take a 1 magic damage.
Yeah.
Okay. So would you like to check that objective, Josh?
Yeah, let's check the objective.
Okay.
Okay, wait, can we pause a second?
No.
Right now, objective boy, what you've done is that how do I get adjacent to her? Are those 2 spots south of you open?
This one is. You can get there.
Okay, so I'm gonna take 2 damage to get there.
It's not your turn.
Put
so
me
don't
in
worry
the other
about it.
spot, Matt.
What difference does that make? Oh, I guess she could run around that poppet.
Yeah, she doesn't. No, she still has to take a break attack from it.
I'm gonna get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Well, I'm not moving you again. So
And you do have your warp ability on your threads.
2 SP to warp to any unoccupied space within sphere of influence. Yeah, but then I can't attack because I'm only gonna have 3 SP next round. I used up all my SP.
that was bad planning. So Josh,
Yep.
in the distance, a skittering sound grows steadily louder. Spawn 3 cavesicles adjacent to this token.
Yay,
Good thing you went to go check it. I'm so happy you decided to check the objective rather than trying to hit the Clockwork Guardian.
What Clockwork Guardian?
The gatekeeper. She just makes up names for things.
I know.
My names are so much cuter.
And Josh, you doing anything else with your life now?
I'm gonna fuck up some cavesicles.
I hope you do. Spawn's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous.
You're ridiculous. Why do I always go the wrong way?
No, that's the wrong one.
Now Josh is reaching into your head to pull out tokens. Now it looks like something naughty.
God, I can't with you. I'm getting a drink.
Oh, I'm thirsty. Can you get me a drink, Dan?
Sure, you want ice?
Oh, yes, please.
All right, come get it.
No, you're supposed to get it for me.
I did. I
doing,
I poured
Josh?
it. You didn't hear it?
I can't find the last cavesicle.
Oh, my God.
Guess that means you can only spawn 5.
Maybe it's in that
Just
nice new
3,
insert
right?
that you made.
The yellow one's the orange one.
The orange one?
Isn't it literally just the base? Like, and we have different colored bases, so all you need is one of the other minis because we have 6 minis.
Yes.
And change out the base color.
That's what I'm doing.
I can't see anymore because I ran away from all of you.
Okay, so I need the Cavesicle card, Josh.
Working on it.
Doesn't look like you're working on it. What can I say except you're welcome?
He can't, and he's social distancing from you. Just bring it and leave it on the porch. Get right on that. Get right on that.
Cavesicle. Cavesicles.
Does whatever
To roll a black
popsicle
die.
can. And Cavesicles, roll the black die, see where they go on the map. Josh, I need the Cavesicle initiative card. Please get it now. Stop wasting time.
5.
And they rolled, and you look like a chipmunk. They rolled a squirrel. It's like a skull. So it's going to go right
That's
after Rook.
Squirrel.
Unless you kill all of them.
Do the poppets do break attacks against the Cavesicles?
No. Pop it.
Pop it. I love how hopeful you are, Joshua. How absolutely optimistic you are. Even like when something sounds ridiculously optimistic, you're like, maybe all the enemies will attack each other. It's very cute.
I'm going to use my Maw of the Warden.
Your malt of the warding?
My Maw of the Warden.
What about the paw of the warding?
I'm going to roll a... Nope, not that die. I'm going to roll a black die. I do 2 damage to all adjacent foes.
Magic damage?
Regular damage.
Okay. So she has 2 armor, so she ignores it.
Okay.
But each of the Cavesicles takes 2 damage. Right?
Yep.
Right.
Do I want to do that?
What?
I have the magic frag. I could throw it
No.
At your own feet?
No.
at my own feet and do 1 purple dive damage to everything.
Do it. You pansy. Do it.
No, I'm not gonna do that yet. All right. I will attack. They're going next, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna cast barrier on myself now. Can I have the barrier token, please?
What's the magic word?
Please. You butthead.
That's more than a word.
Abracadabra.
Open sesame. And now I'll wait.
That's the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Cavesicles are going. So first up, is there an opponent adjacent?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're going to attack you. First up is Cavesicle Red. There's 2 adjacent Cavesicles, so it's going to roll 2 orange dice. Josh, what's your defense?
It's kind of poopy. Oh, no, it's not poopy. It's 12.
I counter.
Okay. So the reason why I didn't attack. I was like, wait, let's counter the ball.
They rolled a 13.
All right. Beat my defense by 1.
Okay.
What'd they get for symbols?
+1 for each shield, so +2.
3 damage. I have 3 armor.
So
So
it does nothing.
does nothing. I will counter.
Nub.
I rolled a 12.
It has a defense of 8. You do 4 damage, and you kill it. Next up is Cavesicle Purple. It is now going to roll a white and an orange die. Then they rolled a 10.
I'm going to counter. I rolled a 13.
13
14, technically.
does 14. That
Yeah.
does 6 damage, and it kills it.
Yeah.
Next up, Cavesicle Orange is going to go. They're just going to roll 2 white dice.
And I shouldn't have hit the objective token. I shouldn't have just wiped out the Cavesicles as they hit my body.
And boosted your ego
Yep.
at the same time. There was multi-purpose. Look at how happy you are. Look at that poopy eating
They
grin
rolled
that
a
goes on your
5.
face. Look at it from ear to ear. You're
What
so
is a
proud of yourself.
5, Matt.
They tickled the inside of your thigh.
All right. I will
Ew.
counter again. I rolled a
I
9.
stopped listening to Josh when he says counter because like this goes on for the next like the rest of the show. We can just log off.
It's a 9. It does 1 damage to you. Or you do 1 damage to it, rather.
Okay, I didn't kill it.
Your symbols do anything or no?
I only had 1 shield, so no.
Okay, and that is the end of the Cavesicle's turn. So now it's Patrick's turn. Patrick, what you gonna do with all that junk?
Can I have like 2 SP tokens, Matt?
No.
Please, thank you.
I said no. Patrick. Patrick. And that's you.
Sorry. What are we doing?
It's your turn.
It's your turn.
I had a moment. I'm sorry. Sorry, I had a moment. I blacked out. Okay. I'm gonna. Oh, cool, Joshua.
What?
You took care of all of the cavesicles except for the one that's gonna give me a break attack to try and get to the.
Then you just counter it and kill it. It's not gonna touch you.
You're so wrong. Okay, famous last words. It'll be fine. All right. Can we move up 1, left 1, up 1, break attack?
Okay, Josh, you do that.
And then
You're taking 2 damage from the poppets.
Pop it.
Yeah, thanks. I'm going to.
You gonna dodge with your threads?
Yeah, I'm looking, but I think the threads are the best option.
That gives you the counter.
Josh.
Yes.
Oh, that was a good call.
Why is your whole butt out, Josh?
Because it can't be.
Why did
He
you move the
doesn't have
board
a butt
instead of the
for it to
mini?
be out.
They rolled a
How
5
did
ad.
you stand up to move? How
did
did
they
you
roll
stand up to
5?
move things and you still
Or
shifted the
6.
entire board?
And they rolled 6.
Yeah, no, there it didn't hit. Okay, and my dodge was 4 shields. So during a dodge, if you don't roll a skull, add +2 shields.
They rolled a
whatever,
6
doesn't matter.
ad.
If the attack does. What?
They rolled 6. It doesn't hit you regardless of your dodge.
No, if the attack deals no damage, unexhaust this card and counter. So now I have to pick up where Josh missed, and I have to melee it with the Idolater, which is 2 red die.
Yep. You could have also thrown one of your knives at it.
That sounds like a waste.
Yeah, it does.
What's your roll, Ann?
12.
I rolled a 12.
12. They have 8 defense. And you killed it.
Guess what we get?
You get loot!
We got 7 gold.
Okay, so I'm continuing on now.
Not allowed.
Okay.
Ooh!
What?
Wait a second, I may want to go back and redo that.
Why?
Because I could use Profound Intuition, and when you dodge and the attack misses, end all current actions. Then move up to 3 spaces and make a melee attack.
Okay.
It's cheating.
Does that matter?
It's too late. Cheater, pumpkin eater.
I don't think it matters because that would be the same as doing the counter. Because then I couldn't do the counter. Also, yeah, no, it doesn't matter. I was trying to see if I could attack it and the girl.
No, you
or
were just
everyone.
attacking the girl
Okay,
twice
whatever.
then.
Cheater.
Oh, but can I attack her twice and leave the cavesicle?
Yes.
All right, we're backing up and do that. Put it back. Put away the loot. That's so much better. I didn't hear you huff. If you could do that again a little louder this time. We can use that same roll against her.
Are you gonna? Oh, what was your roll? Because I have no idea what you rolled.
An 8 and a 4.
With what symbols?
That didn't hit her.
It doesn't hit her then.
That's fine. I mean, I didn't want to totally garbage it.
Okay, so then make your second attack. So you cheated, and you did less.
Yep.
All right, then redo it the other way.
Like, I really...
Or redo it the other way.
Okay.
Do it with the capesicle being dead.
Yeah, like, I don't understand why, like, your logic there was not strong.
I didn't think through. Well, because I thought we could have gotten 2 attacks. But I didn't think it through all the way.
What a surprise.
Okay. I hate you. All right, now I'm going to attack her.
Roll your failure.
13.
I hate you.
Oh, it actually hits.
And I have courage still, right?
Yep.
Okay.
What are your symbols?
So, thanks, Eeyore. This one, the symbols don't do anything specific to the gun, but I do have courage. So, what is courage? It doesn't do the attack roll, right? It's just damage.
All symbols.
Yep.
What?
All your symbols give +1 damage.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 symbols. What's her defense?
How do you count 4 symbols, Anne?
Because there's 4 symbols.
1 shield, 2 books, and 1 book.
Oh.
3 plus 1 is 4.
I can't count.
That's how I count 4 symbols.
Yeah.
I like how
that's
you're
my
being
bad.
an ass about
Yeah.
it, too.
It's my bad.
Okay, so Anne,
Is that your shame face?
It should be.
Where you take your glasses off and hide your whole face?
So
Is that
Anne,
what shame looks like to
okay.
you?
Okay, let's get back on track here. So Anne, you rolled 13, so you meet her defense. You then get +1 from your aim, or no? That's only for range attacks.
Only for ranged.
So she gets 4 from her symbols, so 2 armor, so she's doing 2 damage to it.
Wait, didn't Josh put a thing on her that's +1?
Yep, so you're going to do 3 damage to her. I'm sorry, 2 damage to her.
That's after the resistance?
Oh, no, resistance is only to range attacks. Hold on.
Okay, so
Sorry.
then this is melee, so it's fine.
So it's 13 plus 1, so that's 14.
Yep.
Plus you rolled 4 symbols, so that's 17. She's got 13 defense, so that's a 4 net.
Whoa, wait. 13 plus 1 is 14, plus symbols is 18.
Okay, so that's 5. She has 2 armor, so you do 3 damage.
How much health does she have?
She has 9 damage to her. She has 25 health, so she has 16 health left.
Okay.
Is that the end of your turn, Ann?
Just double checking. Yes, I think that's the end of my turn.
Okay, now, time to F that tree in the A. Okay, so I didn't say, I don't know if I said it last time, but I flipped my haste core.
Okay.
So I go up to 5 SP, because I had 1 at the end of last turn.
Okay.
So Josh, can you move me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What's your movement?
9.
8, 9. You need to spend an extra SP to get there.
Okay, I'll spend an extra SP. Okay. So I'm going to tap my Blade Works, and I'm going to attack with that. So, Mr. Tree, time to get it shanky. Oh, great roll. 12.
+2.
What is the tree's defense? Tree's
You're at
defense
14.
is... Huh?
You're at 14, plus you have +0.
So Tree has 13.
All right. Beat it by 1.
Beating it by 1.
+5 damage because of backstab.
Yes, +5 damage.
So you're at 6.
My symbols give me... That's not mine. +1.
7 damage.
7 damage. Okay. I do 7 damage to Mr. Tree, because I ignore armor. Okay, so he is going to get this, and he gets a heal token. Heal tokens heal up to, 6. Ugh. Okay. I'm going to spend 2 SP to attack, because why not? That's a little bit better. I rolled a 14.
14.
Yeah.
Because I'm high maintenance ice chamber. That's why.
+2 for your flanking, so you're beating it by 3 now.
Yep.
So you get +2 because you're beating it.
+5.
Plus another 5, so you're at 10.
+2.
12.
Plus 3.
15.
15 damage. Okay. And he gets another heal token. 10, 15. Okay, so give him a heal token. And then I'm going to
It's
spend...
got 50 health, Ice Chamber.
Yeah, it's got 50 health. I'm going to spend 2 more SP. Oh. I rolled a 16.
Plus 2, so it's 18. So you're beating it by 5, plus 2, plus another 5, so you're at 12. Plus symbols.
My symbols give me another 3,
15.
plus another 3.
18.
18 damage.
How much health does that have left?
I'm about to calculate that.
You can throw your
When
fortune
Zeke
cookie
actually
out here.
when Zeke hits and everything's set up right, he does a lot of damage.
Okay, so that's... He has 10 health left.
Okay.
I'm going to spend my ability core,
Your flight drive.
my fight drive, to attack again. It doesn't activate the heal tokens on it only activates the heal tokens on its turn. So that was the second hit or the third hit, Josh?
Third hit.
Third hit, so it gets another heal token. He had 9 damage from Damocles before, I believe. And then I did just a mess of damage. So, yeah. I rolled a 14.
Plus 2, there's a 16. Beating it by 3, beating it by 2. 10.
It's dead.
You have a star there?
I'm going to use that to gain 1 SP. I killed it! Also, my shields give me plus 2. I chopped down the tree with my daggers.
Congratulations.
Josh, give me loot.
You got 12 gold.
Tree didn't get to attack anyone.
No.
Rip in peace, tree. Rip in peace.
So what's the end objective for you guys?
The end objective is... I think it's when you kill the tree, to be completely honest.
There was something about your objective being done.
Win condition. The grotesque effigy is defeated.
So it doesn't matter what we're doing over here?
Nope, because you win as long as we reach an end condition, and you have not taken damage.
And Remi has not taken damage.
We win!
You didn't get the loot, Matt.
So weird.
I didn't get the loot. Which loot was it?
The green loot.
2 random consumables.
Eh.
Yeah.
You know what? And
That
you want to know
also means
what?
we didn't get to activate the objective.
Yes, I did.
No. We didn't get to activate the objective that's underneath of
Yeah, I
our
did.
Clockwork
That's
Guardian, which is not a Clockwork Guardian. Oh, that's right.
Those
That's
are
right.
cave schools.
Yeah. Also, just so you
We
know,
get-
the longer this goes on, the more shit spawns.
Oh.
So at 4 time tokens, you would have got an Earth Loa. At 6 time tokens, you would have get a Fragger. And at 8 time tokens, you get a Blighted Guardian.
Just a cool note, if we didn't have Podrick, Suri comes out and fights with Rook.
Really?
Yep.
I mean,
That's kind of neat.
not that you needed her.
No.
Zeke just, I mean, I couldn't have done it without Twitch standing as nicely as they did. They stood there really, really well.
You're an idiot.
I'm serious. That tree was nowhere near any sort of like flanking terrain. It takes a lot to stand next to a big angry tree. I guess I should read the end conditions then, huh?
Yeah.
Each party member gains 1 XP. Continue to 1 girl, 2 books on page 267.
Does it really say that?
Yep.
Oh.
Mark the story flag 3 rested on the adventure sheet.
Rested?
Yes.
What happens if we had killed the Guardian? Is there any other alternative win condition stuff that we missed out on?
There's special encounter rules if I would have carried them to the exit. Hold on, I want to read this because there's a bunch of stuff here.
So we just all witnessed Matt's ego grow 10 sizes bigger. Matt's ego is like the Grinch's heart. That's a lot of text.
It is a lot of text. Ooh. It would have been really nasty.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're welcome. What can I say except you're welcome?
Matt's ego has a rough time living on this planet with everybody else.
It's going to Mars with Elon Musk.
He's on. He's lost his mind. I'm so embarrassed.
What you doing, Josh? You counting? Forgetting which numbers are?
Yeah.
What you doing?
Oh, that's why. I was trying to see how much Justice has spent on XP because we never reduced it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, on that note, do you want to close us out, Matthew?
Maybe. Thank you all for joining us today. This is going to conclude today's presentation of Twitch Plays Middara, where you guys get to stand on the other side of a tree from me. Make sure that you're joining us for all of the upcoming streams. Tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, we're doing our continuation of Twitch Plays Kingdom Death. Where what's happening, Josh?
We just finished the Nemesis train.
We did. Choo-choo.
Choo-choo.
And what's happening next episode?
I think we're going to go fight Gorm.
Because we've got some green armor stuff to make.
Yeah.
Super fun. If you want to find out what's going on with Twist Gaming, how do you do that? Anne?
You can follow us on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and come join us in Discord, where we're planning. Sometimes we spend a lot of time in planning our next Arbor Day celebration.
Arbor Day?
Tree, quit touching me.
When is Arbor Day?
It doesn't matter. It was
I mean,
a tree joke.
it does
Let go.
matter if you're planning
have
for
it.
it. Are you telling me you plan stuff without knowing dates? That seems like
Yeah.
You
bad
think Ann
project
planned
management.
stuff?
If you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime, which means you get one free sub every month. And tell them why that's good.
You can choose between ham or chicken or roast beef. I prefer BLTs. No, if you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime, that means that you get one free subscription a month. That is not an automatic renewal. So please, if you have subscribed to us that way, remember to go in and manually resubscribe each month. Subscribers get really cool benefits like a subscriber-only Discord channel. You get extra points in voting. So like today, we put up that poll about whether you should go get the loot or go fight the root. And if you were a
Rhymes.
subscriber, your vote counts double.
It rhymes. Just letting you know.
Let it go.
Huh? Huh?
Plus, every red cent that goes into the show goes into the show. We do this, you know.
Josh,
Like
how
it's
much of the
fun,
show
and
money
we
have
like
you
to
seen in your pocket?
There's money?
Negative money
Exactly.
We do this because we want to provide an opportunity for the community to come together. We really enjoy putting together these interactive games. Josh has put in a lot of hard work with putting together the overlays and the dice rolling and finding the games. And Matt's done a lot of work with bloviating. So, you know, we hope you enjoy it.
I mean, I do bloviate with the best of them.
Really do.
I'm especially good at expectorating. No.
Josh, how much of the show money went towards costumes that make us all burst up laughing? Actually, a decent amount of those costumes come out of my own pocket.
Yeah.
There's a handful that's come out of the Twist money.
Mm-hmm.
Sponsored costumes have. Like, I think the original onesies did.
Yeah. Original onesies did. The Purple Trains outfits were.
Purple trains. Purple trains.
And we got the one sponsored costume was the toga. Why don't you put the toga on, Matthew, instead of the cat outfit that Ice Chamber sponsored?
because I rock
Speaking
the
of sponsored
cat
outfits.
costume better than you do.
No.
You're just jelly. You're just
Can we
jelly.
Hey,
put up a
Shaber, I don't
picture
submit
and do
receipts
who
'cause
wore it
they'll yell
better?
at me
I
for
will
the
use my
costumes I buy.
Halloween costume. Joshua can take a picture of you in my cat costume, and we'll post up a picture of who wore it better.
Okay. I guarantee you I'll get more votes. Just throwing that out there. I mean, I was just stretching it out for her. I know that she's been, she gained her COVID-19.
I told you I lost weight. We pointed this out last show.
What?
The reason why I lost weight is not really great.
Is it diarrhea?
I've lost like 10 pounds because my body's atrophying because I haven't done a damn thing.
I mean, how is that different than normal?
I hate you.
Okay, fine. I'll give you that.
Lots of muscle mass. Yep. Yeah, the muscles are all atrophying.
I mean-
Really not great.
You don't need muscles. That's for noobs. What can I say?
Is the next story really 2 girls, 1 book?
Yes, it's really called Two Girls, or One Girl, Two Books.
We should probably end the recording so that you two can continue this conversation off recording.
Okay, bye!
Bye.